August 29th, 1997 was supposed to be Judgment Day. My son and I stopped that. Saved 3 billion people.
Where's your son now?
Skynet had sent several Terminators to hunt him. One finally caught up with us and carried out orders from a future that never happened.
Pretty much everybody in the writer's room thought that the idea of John Connor had been explored quite thoroughly, which is an opportunity because for me, it was always about Sarah. You know, John was just a kid with some potential, but I was more interested in the mother fighting for her child than I was in what the potential of the child could be. But in order to make way for this new future, you kind of have to be done with John. So what's the most dramatic and powerful way you can do that? It led inevitably to us clearing the board in that first scene, and it's pretty traumatic, and I think it really slaps the audience in the face and says, wake up, there's something new about to happen.
The opening of the movie, we have a sequence where we essentially are back in time. We see young versions of the principal characters, and it's by far the hardest work we've done on digital humans.
It's unbelievably difficult. ILM's working with a process where they're doing some facial tracking that they can actually apply to their models, and they're really pushing the boundaries to try to make that look as photoreal and believable for the audience as possible. And it's going to be difficult because everybody has been watching these movies for years and years and years, so we have to be spot on to really nail that sequence.
We started off the process building our digital models and really just referencing the ages from Terminator 2. And that was great because we could actually take many shots from that film, line up our models, and just make sure that they matched. And that was a long and tedious process.
We cast actors to play their bodies because we need bodies on set to perform, to light, to interact with each other physically and let the director direct. We typically will have our stars there if we can. So in this case, if we have Linda Hamilton, who's got her younger self, she was there to help us with coaching the body actor that'll play her body, essentially.
Face replacement and body replacement. That is like a whole new world for me. They had a body double who doubled my body from 1991. And I got to sort of go, yeah, she looks right, she looks good.
From Linda's perspective, you know, we get her performance and she delivers the lines, and then we use her to drive her younger self.
We're so attuned just from an evolutionary standpoint to really identify anything that looks kind of unnatural. And we know in our minds, right, there's no way that we could have physically captured young Linda or Eddie. And so it's that kind of uncanny valley that really is hard to close the gap. But as each movie does it, it's becoming progressively better and better. And I feel like we've taken a leap on this one, and it looks great.